Oh, God! Dobre dan. Sashka, for like a month I've been cheating. We gotta stick it in a little bit.
You need to know that.
Hey! Dobry dzień. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Good morning. You're a mess. Why are you all muddy? Why are you all muddy? Why are you all muddy? Oh gosh. That's why I don't have a Lambo dog. Because they're gonna make a freaking mess. Top of the morning to you.
Did you wet the bed this morning?
No, I didn't. Why?
Normally when you wet the bed, you get out of bed early.
Yeah. Oh y'all, today's video is going to be very short because the iPhone is completely full. The other memory card is also full, and this one only has 20 minutes left of memory. And well, I guess I do have more SIM cards over there. Well, we'll see. Maybe we just try to make it very short. Any rate, this is what I'm going to be working on here. Is the electronics. Look at that. Giggity. So, today what we got to figure out, we got to get the battery lugs made up inside. We've got to get the batteries then drop down in here, test the system, turn it on and off, and then test these to make sure the leads are correct for the polarity of the fridge. I also need to figure out where I'm going to put the little sensor for the shunt, and then we'll test all of the other battery systems here. Oh, I also have to hook up the ground and do some stuff over there, and we mess with the charger. But yeah, essentially that's what we got to get done. And we can throw this back on, clean the back out, put the drawers in, put the fridges in, put this all back together, start working on this front panel, and yeah, try to get sleeping in here. Let's go. What's up, bro? You're the little Lambo dog? You're the little Lambo dog. Yeah. Ow. Owie. Ah, that's not nice. No, that's my shoe. That's my camera. Oh yeah, I've come up with a genius, well I call it genius strategy here to get this wire onto here. And I'll show you that in a second. But first, we're going to cut it down. So this is what I got to do for all of these cables for the battery. This is 50 millimeter, which should realistically do like 280 amps, allegedly, according to the internet. I mean, right now I'm only going to be pushing 100, but see, if I were to go and stick this on, it's like the wires are going to start pushing and fraying out and all that. So I've come up with a genius strategy where I go like this with a zip tie, scrunch it down, like so, bring it up to there, like so. And these are all super tight together. And then see, one wire's trying to get out a little bit. That's what happens with, there's dozens of wires that do that without the zip tie. But let's get that straightened out before it becomes an issue. Stick that thing on there, and you just push it down. Look at that. That literally, before the zip tie method, to get one of these on, I was fighting it with a flathead screwdriver and like pushing the wires in. It's probably spent 20 minutes just to get one in. Look how quick that one just went on. And then I could try and salvage the zip tie. I tried to salvage one yesterday, but it just wasn't coming out because you can push the little tab back on the zip tie, but I might just have to sacrifice it. Let's see if it'll let me salvage it, or if it's just going to spin in a circle. Oh, I might be able to, okay, salvaged it, nice. We're just going to push this thing the rest of the way, and look at that. Amazing. Magic. Magicness. Take this. Yep. Put that on there. Until all the wires are jammed to the front. Now sometimes you would pretend this, but I'm not. So get over it. And also, watch your ears. I'm gonna close this because I got bang on some stuff to make much noise. Let's clean it out. Okay. Stay flat. I'll take this, stick it in there,
And you whack it like that.
and then I push that in.
Oh, okay.
Voila, we have it totally tight. And y'all, we're gonna have to find him a 6mm hex key because it's definitely getting a little bit distorted over here. So next time we're at the store, we find. And if I did it off camera, it would go way smoother. There we go. One started to get awry. Push that sucker back in there. Be way cheaper to buy him a new 6mm hex key than it is to find crimpers and buy crimpers for this wire in this country. So probably have to go to the Capitol and yada yada yada.
Yada yada. Yada yada, buddy. Yada yada yada.
That scared him away. Uh-oh. I put it on backwards. It's only aesthetic. It will function the same. Okay, that thing's rock star. 2 down, handful to go. We're gonna test it out here, actually. So it's gonna go on there, loop over to there. It'll look like that. So it'll give a little bit of bulge up above. Up above. I can't really do this when I'm moving the camera. But anyway, there it is right there. That's what's going on. That's what we're doing. It should be clear of touching here and there. Hopefully, in theory, you can always, bend on this a little bit, and then it's really totally going to be clear. So that's the plan. Make sure all these are the same length. Yeah, come on. Okay. The problem is it's no longer, the zip tie is gone. Yeah. Zip tie's gone bad on us. Got a few wires that are alright, well apparently you can't reuse the zip tie for multiple of these. It's kind of do a couple and then it's done. See the wires start to bunch up, so now I have to manually kind of make sure they pull and feed straight down in there, because if I do add an inverter, I'm going to be at the maximum capacity amperage for this wire, so I really don't want to lose any pieces of wire at all. I want the full rate of current to be able to be applied. Distributed. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking in the kitchen. Just cut this thing off. Okay. Well, y'all, we have an unfortunate situation. I have this, but I don't have another one for this other one. Now, I do have this one that is 50 by 12. The hole is a 12 millimeter instead of an 8. All the other ones are 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. That will be 8. And this is a bit shorter when you pinch it down. And given that I'm going to be all this off-roading, I'm not going to use this. So I got to run to the store and buy the actual one, which is annoying. I don't know how I didn't get another one. I think that I used the other one for this. No, that's 35. I don't know. Somehow I counted one short, or maybe I grabbed that one that's the wrong size. I don't know. But I've got to go to the store because I need one more. Okay, let's go to the store to get one lug. Dobre dan.
Hey,
How are you? come for one part. I'm missing one.
No.
One little piece. I guess I don't know how to count. Let's see, 50 by 10. It's a T50 by 8.
This one.
Like this. The random Serbian words.
Что?
No, those are too small. Oh my god.
Не brini.
T58. Perfect. That's what I need.
Добре, сега.
Voila. Okay, it's on you. Thanks, ciao. Friend from the store wants to check out the car. Sashka?
Bravo.
Sashka, I got her name right. Look, I have the Montenegrin flag now. I'm actually going to put a pole on the back with the flag of each country when I'm there.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
So the back, I show you. Oh, it's a disaster. But you can see that I'm currently working on this. And if you go to that door, you can see. This is what I'm working on right now. Is like there'll be a fridge there, fridge here, the drawers slide out, and this is all the electronics that I'm currently working on
Great job.
for the internet and the lights and all that
You
stuff.
sleep also here or not?
Right now, no. Right now, I've been in an apartment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I'm working on this. So for like a month, I've been cheating in an apartment. But I'll be back in here hopefully in the next few days. Yeah.
Добре.
Dobrete. And I've got all the flags of the next countries to visit. Albania, Greece, Turku, Russia. Do you guys have one for Kosovo?
No, that's Serbia.
We gotta
You need
stick
to
it
know
in a little
that.
bit.
You need to know that.
Alright, y'all. So, that's a good looking girl right there, too. But, yeah, that girl that was just Sashka is, I think, her name. She's cool. She works here at the store, and she has a boyfriend, for the record. So, yeah. Let's head back to the shop now that we got our one little part that we needed. Alright. Got the last one going on now. This is just a little straggler in there. There we go. Okay. Avert your ears. Nice. That's what we needed, folks. So, thinking now, take the batteries, pull them out. I guess we'll just wipe them down, throw them in the car, throw that little rubber mat in. Then we'll bolt all these on there in between the terminals. Hook this up, hook the ground up, and I guess the ground wire. Still got to do the ground wire in the car. Maybe we'll do that first, let the batteries charge a little more, and then we'll hook it up. Okay. All right, y'all, off camera, I was fishing a stiff wire through this loom so that I can then tape it to the end of this wire and pull it back through into the cable. Now, the reason I can't use the thicker wire to just shove through is because it's hard to shove a thicker wire through the loom. Any conduit, really, it's kind of hard. So, tape it nice. Put it on this. Maybe even. We'll keep that straight. Just rely on the tape. Hopefully, to be able to pull this through. It's a little tight, but hopefully it'll go. So, like that. This up here. Just gonna pull on this. Yeah, it's a bit tight. It's not wanting to come easy. It's definitely easier with two people. Let's lay it out. Another person over here to kind of feed this through. And then I go over here, pull on it, and it gets kind of stuck. That's how you feed the wire as a single person, acting as dual people. Uh-oh. Now it's kind of kinked. And I am concerned that this split loom's not going to go well into this split loom, which we'll just see. If so, we'll just have to cut it and tape it together, but this isn't going. Pull it tight. There we go. Now it's hitting that other loom. It goes. It'll feed through there. It's just a little bit tight. I'm just gonna have to sacrifice this cable and smarter. Think smarter, guys. Work smarter. Work smarter, not harder. Look at that. Just pull it right along there. Push that in. Look at that. Now, there's the piece out the end. Because what I did is I tied it up there. Sacrificed the cable, and it was just the last bit of the cable. Although I don't know if I want to use that cable after using it to stretch pulling conduit, but cable's from the USA, just some junk cable from Home Depot that I had lying around. So nothing fancy anyway. But yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna actually pull this split loom all the way onto here a little bit, just because it's a bit more durable, especially in these areas where there's kind of some, not sharp, but like semi potential to be sharp metal, you know. So I'm just gonna have that be doubled up, plus that thick coating on there. Then I should be able to sleep easy, that this won't chafe. Well, at least if it does, it's gonna take a long time. All right, y'all, for the last 30-40 minutes I've been fighting this ground. There's a ground stud down here, factory, and I've been trying to get my ground wires to it, and they just won't fit on there. So what I've had to do is find a new place for this, which I think I'm just going to ground to the battery tray right there, because it's grounded in 3 points to the chassis with extremely secure bolts, and then that's then grounded from this to that same piece. So I'm fairly confident in its ground. I would have liked to have been on this actual grounding point, but there's just no way it's going to fit. So I'm going to try to loop that back over there. I have also run this wire down and under this carpet here to at least here. I've got to run it the rest of the way, but at least I've got it out of the way enough where I can toss it over there, put this carpet back, throw the fridge in, and do whatever else I need to do here before moving along to the front. So even though the door won't close right now because this is sticking up, but whatever. I just want to try to get this area done, then move to the next area. So yeah, fun stuff. Now, I don't know where I can put this camera where you guys can really see, but I'm going to now try to kind of bring this a little snug. See if I can't just get this carpet to go back into place. And I'm sorry that y'all can't see this, but it's hard to film and do. There. Oh, this has got to go back up under here. Okay, that's there. Up under there. Like that. Okay, all right, let's carpet back together, just do a little vacuuming, and then let's ground this thing out, and then we can, All right, y'all, got the bolts, washers, and all of the lugs, wires. Now that's what's gonna hold the batteries in, so. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, y'all. Got the first battery in here. Let's see if we can jimmy it into place. This side here. Yeah. Okay. Now. Next battery. I gotta wipe all these down, so. God. Okay. Let's drop battery number 2. Two. Now, number 3. Make it easy to get out. Drop it with the strap. Okay. Battery number 3. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Nervous. Will it all work? It fits. No doubt about the fitment. Slammed right in there. But now this one's a bit not. Okay. In there, in there, in there, in there, in there. Yeah, these puppies are in there. Now, got a couple set screws over here that need to be tightened down. Little Allen screws. Not that they're going to do much to push the batteries this way. And Loctite all over. So push those over there. And this goes on the top. I've got an edge that'll go here. This rubber. Protect it. Now, also, need to put some sort of rubber down there gonna push it this way and then I'll do the last tightening down, but I don't think these batteries are gonna move in this. That's why they're so tight in here. Okay, so this is the hookup for the ground, which we'll keep out for now. But what we got to figure out next is this whole positive hookup and how I can get it on there and out of the way of all these other wires at the same time. I think I need to loop it around those and then hook it on there. Yeah, that's probably what needs to happen. So push this thing around all this stuff. Or, yeah, I mean, that's what's holding everything in. It's these last final hookups that can be the hardest because you got all this freaking wire in here. And these are crazy thick wires, so it just don't easily maneuver around at all. At all. Okay, so that looks like it'll kind of work. We could even try to come strap it up on here some sort of way. It'll go down like that. Why is it like, okay, first off, just turn the kill switch. There's no ground, so it's not connected. I just think it was the crinkling, not a spark. It sounded like a spark. Well, let's crank the batteries. Okay, getting these tightened down, but it's only, you know, threaded into the aluminum case. So in all reality, it's probably not going to do a whole much. I probably should just put, what you call them in there, composite shims and silicone it like I did last time to push them to the front. Yeah, because these are just stripping out. Let's find the composite shim. Alright, this is what I'm talking about here. Is just these little composite shims. Normally I like wood shims when building houses and such. The cedar shims that we get, not the ones you get at Home Depot. Those suck. But the ones you get at the supply stores, the real material supply stores, those are the good shims. But yeah, I think this shim action in here, hammered down. Push these batteries. I mean, the batteries are already ready. All right. So let's see if we can pound these shims in. Yep. Yep, that's enough to bend the back of the case. So let's say we'll just put the screws there with the Loctite. You guys can't see anything, but I promise you, I'm tightening screws down that have copious amounts of Loctite on them and are also partially stripped out to just hold that aluminum It's wedging these batteries together into place. So all of those are tightened. The Loctite will do the rest. And now I'm going to tighten the heck out of this. Yeah, that's right. You'd have thought maybe I could, have splurged for a nicer ratchet strap, but I already own this one. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's like rock star on there. And we'll deal with that with the zip tie. Okay, so that's coming out of the wrong side. There's so much stuff over there in the way. It's a bit annoying. Also, like these mosquitoes that are starting to come out, which is crazy. But I think we can go ahead and start putting these in. Ooh, so flexible. Ooh. Ooh. I also think, from an aesthetic standpoint, I should tape this red. This is just the last bit of heat shrink that I had that was green in color. I think I bought that years ago. But at any rate, let's find the red tape. We'll tape them up red, and it'll help protect them a little bit. Oh yeah, got them taped it up, all red like red. For positively positive. Alright, so now we've got all of our stainless steel bolts, nuts, and our brass washers so that we can try to put this thing together. Now, I think I'm going to just go ahead and start trying to do that. Putting that in there. Sorry, can't see anything. Now, the nice thing is, on the side here, one of my fingers touching is wood, which means it's non-conductive. Because on the previous model, when I went to put the freaking screws in, I had to put the screws in like outside and then put it in, or like, it was so crazy because the whole frame around it was conductive. So you can't fish a screw in because it'll touch. There was a time when I was tightening it, like the screwdriver touched and it shorted out. I think it happened once or twice. So, it's not ideal. To have that be the situation. Now, the question, though, is can I fit a socket wrench in with a small bit and tighten it? No. No. Okay. Well, you can't win them all, I guess. Got a wrench. Let there be tight. Boom, it fits. Okay, try to get everything just like loosely tightish. And then we'll go back and tighten it all the way. Now, if someone can answer me in the comments why we use brass washers with stainless steel nuts within zinc or nickel or whatever coated copper lugs, I guess I don't totally understand, because it doesn't make sense. Now, one would think that for sure there's going to be, some different copper oxidates oxidizes, for one. So there's that. But then there's also some corrosion, galvanic corrosion, that can happen between dissimilar metals, but I don't think, well, I don't know. I could be speaking out of my rear end. But for some reason, I think that whatever nickel plating that's on this and the brass shouldn't corrode in between. But I don't know that. It could. It could totally corrode. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We've got that cable that loops to there, that cable that loops to there. That's the setup, guys. That's the setup. So we just gotta tighten that. And as if you can see, I put it so that the nickel-plated lug is touching the brass stud on each one. That's why it's on opposite sides. So that there's always a connection direct to the battery, to just try to be as absolutely straight to the source as possible. And hopefully, I'm really hoping that this will fix that weird problem that I was having last time with the inverter, where I just couldn't get the inverter to properly stay on. It kept tripping the BMS of the batteries. And yeah, I'm not sure. I sent Battleborn Batteries an email about it a few weeks ago. And I think they responded back yesterday and asked for the diagram. So, oh y'all, I have got it all hooked up. Got the negative all hooked up. Everything nice and secured. Positive, all nice and secured. So I'm going to close this down and let's just see. Hopefully you can see in the sun glare. Yep, hit the ceiling. Down. Okay. Alright, so that's sitting flat. Now, I still want to do some, obviously, wire management over here with all these wires and make sure there's nothing that's going to rub onto something that it shouldn't be rubbing on, per se. But I also want to just test all of the system. So off camera, I'm going to go one by one and trace down every line and make sure that everything is hooked up to where it should be. And when I do that, I'm going to come back with you guys and we'll power it on. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead, fire it up. I've traced out all the wires. I've got this fuse out for the outlet that's going over here. The fridges aren't even hooked up yet, so that's not a concern. And, oh, let's plug in the smart shunt temporarily. Still haven't figured out where I'm going to put this, but let's just see what it looks like. Make sure it all works. This is a lot of work and energy into this whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to take this switch. I'm going to put it in here. Safety glasses down. Nothing happened. Okay. Why? Well, because this is still off. Ready? Hey! Hey now! That is on. And the Starlink should be on now. That switch is, I was able to yank it out. All right, y'all, I have just flipped on the battery system here. The batteries are actually installed. And I'm gonna go and see if the control panel is lit up on the front that controls all the lights. Let's see if this comes on. It looks like it's on. Where's the, hey! And the front light? Or maybe that's the lower lights. Where's the front light? There it is. No? Thought that's it. Okay, well, there's some technical difficulties. Rear light. There's the rear light working. That's very strange that the front light's not working. I have to look into that. But anyway, we've got power, and that's super exciting. So, yeah. All right, guys. I am dripping in sweat in this car. Got all the doors closed because the freaking mosquitoes are driving me nuts. But I've almost got the electrical hooked up. I've got all of the relays properly hooked up this time because I had them not properly hooked up. The 86 would be for the positive setup and the 85 for the negative, but I had them on one side flipped, on the other side I had it in the loop. I just, yeah, gotta pay attention to the relays, but at any rate, got those hooked up now. I'm gonna test fire the system. I need to get a fuse, I guess, in here, and then I hear another mosquito. I've just been swatting mosquitoes. I don't know how they're getting in. There's a tiny crack on the door because I can't close it all the way because the trim's sticking up, but I've been swatting these mosquitoes on me. There's another one. All right, let's put the switch on. Okay, now I think this is all out of the way. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. I've got a, go into that. It should be good to go. Let's try it. Another mosquito. These ones are small ones getting in here. Okay, that's on now. Okay, now it's showing 7 watts, which means the Starlink is actually doing something for sure. 10 watts. Yeah. So Starlink is on. Now let's go test the lights and see if they all work. 11 watts now. Wow. All right, let's go test the lights. Whoa. Why is it negative amps now? Wait, what? What's going on? What's going on there? See what happens when I turn off the Starlink switch. Well, that is if I can actually turn the switch off with all the Loctite shoved in it. Let's try this. Yeah, look at that. Goes to nothing. So that is good. That relay's working. We don't need it to actually power up right now. So let's get out of here and let's go try the, oh frick, this mosquitoes, man. Let's go try these lights and then we'll shut it down and maybe go back to the place and go for a swim and then finish wiring up the thing. Look at the mosquitoes coming. Holy moly. There's the front light. Okay. Oh, God, guys. Just got in the car and there's like 6 mosquitoes in here. Look at this thing. Oh, my God. Just opening the door. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.